Hello, my name is Mordred Viking and I'd like to welcome you to episode 33 of this Let's Play Europa Universalis 4 as the custom nation of Stormwind. We just finished our war with the Netherlands over here. They're down to one province, actually probably two, because... oh no, I did take that one. So yeah, they are down to one province, which I'm fairly sure that Utrecht will take off of them, so the Netherlands will be essentially out. The benefit of this is that we are now controlling more of this coastline, and we also took a province from Brittany up here in Normandy, which was the furthest province in that trade zone. So we are slowly but surely consolidating here. We also took Friesland off of Lübeck, so yeah, we are growing. It does mean that we have some continental provinces which will be harder to hold, but I think it's a fair trade-off because we are now absolutely dominating this trade zone. We have 76% of it. We are pushing a whole ton of money out of Lübeck because remember we forced them to give us trade power here as part of the peace deal. We also control a very large chunk of the North Sea province, so we are pushing most of the money out of that into the English Channel. So as a result it is worth a lot of money and is in fact the most valuable trade zone in the known, well, in Europe certainly. China might be more. Like, it's even more than Genoa, and Genoa tends to become the most because everything goes into Genoa basically. Venice might be a bit of an offset or a side branch, likewise the English Channel, but you can get to Genoa from the east and from the west, while the English Channel only really from the west, likewise, and Venice only from the east. So it's kind of interesting. If you play down here, you will make a small fortune in trade. It is definitely the best location. Right, so we have got only a couple more loans to repay, not very many, only 3. Can drop our army maintenance. We probably will have some rebels growing, so we will go into the production interface. We will go on to the rebel one, whichever that one is. Autonomy? Yeah, yes. And we'll sort by unrest. So we need to increase autonomy in these places where there is high unrest, and that will decrease the amount of unrest that's there. I should be doing it by 10 though. Maybe that needs a little time to repopulate. Let's see, what did we just take? We just took Zeeland. Yeah, it's minus 10 from the autonomy increase, so there was just a whole ton of it there, I guess. Fine, so be it. We also need to make a core in Friesland, but that is currently being converted, so that is all good. Still losing a bit of money, but I can deal with that. Oh, and the army's just moved over here, so we will need to grab our army and intercept them. So we have most of our army up here. We do have 9,000 men over there, but that won't be enough. Let's just ship these guys over into Holland. Deal with those rebels. It will take them a while to besiege Utrecht, so we have time. And once that's done, we can start either rebuilding our army, so waiting for the... more liberties are not good. Waiting for the manpower pool to recover, or we can start thinking about where to go next. Sweden... really? Why? Wow, you really hate us. We don't have any shared conflicts. You just want Denmark, I don't. Okay, that was slightly surprising. I'm not entirely sure why Sweden broke that alliance. Oh, because we allied to Marienburg. That's okay, I think Marienburg is quite a lot stronger. Sweden has 21,000, Marienburg has nearly 40,000, so fine, see ya. We'd better improve our relations with Marienburg, just in case. And Picardy is getting a little ticked off with us as well, because we keep on taking land near where they want to go. And we have a lot of aggressive expansion. And we're a neighbouring heretic religion. That alliance with Picardy is not going to last. So I'm not sure how much I want to continue investing into it. Really? I shouldn't have. I wasn't over the limit. Well, maybe because we took Normandy? Ah. Oh. Yeah, so we've been really bad. Okay, so we have a coalition forming against us, and I had not even realised. That was quite a major screw up. Whoops. So Venetia could, Savoy almost certainly will, Liège will, Palatinate will, Hesse will, Westphalia already has. What's left of the Netherlands they can't, and we have a truce, likewise with Lubeck. So hopefully we'll burn down the aggressive expansion with those guys. We need to try and get our army home as soon as possible in case they declare war. We don't want to be caught on the continent when they attack. Oh jeez, that's growing quick. So we need to deal with these rebels as soon as is possible and then run off home. Well, that's going to kind of dictate what we're going to be able to do. I mean, I was kind of hoping to declare a no-CB war against Cape Verde down here, just so we can take it before Ouagadougou finishes their conquest. It's just such a simple place to do. We will lose just 2 stability in doing so, but it gives us that foothold in Africa. But now we have this coalition formed against us. I don't think that's going to be a great idea. Mothball you, though that's a little bit risky. Oh well. I have to take a few risks, I'm afraid. So how big is this coalition now? It's not that big. It's mostly small nations. We're still allied with Picardy, Aragon and Marienburg. Speaking of which, we should probably try and increase our relations with our allies just to make sure they actually join us in any war that is declared against us. So one Picardy was the other one. Okay. I can't believe Sweden broke their alliance though. Because they're not complaining about the being allied up here. Oh well. Right. Let's go. This should be a fairly simple battle. We massively outnumbered them. We have decent artillery coverage. We have a leader. Victory is ours. Okay, let's pull our forces home. And hide in England. How are the rebels? Not too threatening, and that chance should be going down as separatism or nationalism or whatever that penalty is called these days dissolves, and as our war exhaustion improves. In fact, it's going to be mostly Friesland which is annoyed with us, I think, because we have the active missionary over there. We don't have any mercenaries, do we? No, didn't think so. Okay, cool. So we are now rebuilding that army. We do need to buy some more troops. I do remember needing to do that because we lost that 7 stack, I think it was. Natives. Oh well. Oh, and we have a lot of colonies. Ah, now that's why we're losing money. And we had to get all of those colonies so that we could stop Aragon from cutting us off up here. In fact, the natives there... Will we lose that place? Ooh, we might. Oh, maybe not because of that tick. That's going to be close, so they might destroy that colony right now. Yep, they did. So we need to send the colonists back over there straight away. So that we can keep this all together. Relations have been improved with Picardy, but we're going to leave our diplomat there. We have no other use for them right now, and we need to keep our allies sweet while we're looking a little bit vulnerable. Yeah, maintain. Oh, I'm annoyed that we can't go after this. This is kind of a time-sensitive issue. Otherwise we'll have to go after Angola or Ouagadougou itself, and those will be quite a lot stronger. Maintain. You wouldn't just want to accept protectorate, right? No, because of the distance in borders. And I'm going to guess that Aragon's taken this. Almost certainly. Yeah. Okay. Who's that? Baluchistan, Hadramot, Ogaden. Some pretty big states beginning to form. Guangdong, man. That's just ridiculous. That is just utterly, utterly ridiculous. I would like to lose the... Oh, I'm actually positive prestige for once. That's fairly rare. What ideas have you taken? Have you taken... No, you haven't taken exploration. Because I thought all of this started as uncolonized, but apparently not. In the custom nations, I guess they do actually populate all of that. Renewed a loan. It's unfortunate, but we are actually making money now. Oh, probably because we lost that colony. So for another 120 days, we will be losing money. We will increase speed for a bit, just because we're kind of waiting tentatively for this aggressive expansion to burn down. We do have a lot of people against us, but like the big boys, like Savoy hasn't joined. Converted Friesland, that's good. Let's start coring it. And then when those are done, we can start converting all of that. We have finished a colony. That is excellent, actually. Wow, they are really expanding aggressively. I'd quite like to cut them off down here, but I'm not sure we'll be able to. More natives. Where were they? Oh, up there. Oh yeah. I forgot that this would actually cost us money as a colony. Oh well. How big is it? Oh, it's getting there. 652. Okay, and now we've got a colonist over here again, so we are working at it. Spread of disease. We should try and assuage their suffering if we can. 40 ducats. Yeah, we can afford that. Good. How are our navy compared to others? We have got more heavy ships than anyone else, including Aragon, who are down to 4. I thought they were up to like 8 at one point, and Sweden have 4. Picardy have 3. Okay. Well, we still have far more than anyone else, and we did upgrade them all, so that's totally fine. And we still dwarf any other nation in terms of ships. What about total army size? Yeah, we should be up there. Aragon's only slightly bigger than we are. We actually have a much higher force limit. Ooh, because we took all these coastal provinces, that's going to mean our naval force limit's gone up. Yes, we are now well under it. So we could start building a whole ton more like early frigates. Should we do that, or should we wait until the next tech? Next tech's at 19, we'll soon be on 18. We'll wait. That's totally fine. We could start building some buildings, though, when these loans have been paid off. Another native uprising. Oh, it's that same place. Bugger off. Oh well. Repay. And it's been destroyed once again. They really don't want us to move in there. Aggressiveness, 5. It's no more than India. Oh, it is. Okay. Well, that place is really aggressive too. Maybe I should start stationing an army over here. Though I still kind of like the idea of not paying... What? Of not paying military wages. Oh, I forgot to reduce that again. Well, we're making a lot of money. Oh, because one colony completed and we just lost one, so yeah, we've just made a chunk of money back. Well, the upside of making so much income, of course, when that colonist is there, that will be reduced by 10, but we're still making 19, which is awesome. Oh, come on. Oh yeah, I'll lose some Navy tradition, that's totally fine. Navy tradition's easier for us to raise because you earn it over time for having ships protecting trade. We have so many ships protecting trade that we are going to be earning a lot of land tradition. See, we're getting 1.13 for that, plus we have Seahawks, which is a maritime idea, so we are actually getting a lot of naval tradition, so our ships are going to be amazing. Cheaper advisor costs for a permanent nobility and clergy hit. Which I don't really want. Or we lose permanent Berkha loyalty, lose army and navy tradition, but also gain... So we're gaining 20 and losing 15. How are the Berkhas like us? They do like us, but that will take it down to 40, which means we lose that lovely little development bonus there. But it does increase theirs. Or we lose 30 points instead of just gaining 5. I'm going to gain 5. Speaking of which, there are some clergy estates over here. We can switch to Berkhas now, aren't there? I believe. Like Holland's been converted, as has Antwerp, so I'm quite happy to revoke those from the clergy and give them to the Berkhas instead. And in the meantime, we can revoke these from the nobility. We can give these to the clergy. Yes, we need to do that. Okay, let's do a little bit of jostling here. Close that. Just do revoke you, revoke. Why can't I revoke you? Oh, because I just gave it. Duh. revoke you, and revoke you. Those are all going to the clergy because it reduces unrest and it increases missionary strength, and all of these actually still need to be converted except for that one. And we want to make them less unrest so they don't revolt, because revolts will be very annoying to deal with over there. And then once they are done, we'll just give them all to the Burghers, and that's everyone happy again. Except nobility have very low influence, so I should try and give something else to the nobility, probably. Oh, these haven't been given to anyone. I need to give those to the Burghers because they're in that area. Lancashire. Are you in that trade zone? No. Lancashire I could give to the clergy. So if it's not the clergy I needed to give it to, I'll give it to the nobility. Lancashire, of course, being the most noble of all provinces. And Cornwall needs to be given away from the nobility. But will that... Hang on, does having low influence actually matter? I don't think it does, it's only having low loyalty. But high influence is bad, so yeah, that's totally fine to give that away, and then I'll give it to the Burghers. What is their influence sitting at? It's fine. Okay. So that's going to have increased our trade even more. We should give that one to the clergy too. Let's revoke. Whoops. Clergy. Yes. Okay, cool. Let's see what effect that's had. Oh, we've got another election. What type of leader do we need? Probably military. Especially with all the people kind of getting a bit uppity at us. We could do with a military leader because the number of military pips they have the number of military score will increase the number of pips they have as a leader, and we would quite like to have another leader. It also means that we can stay on schedule with the military technology, plus we are still doing the plutocratic ideas. I'd quite like to finish. Yeah, definitely a military. And I would like to improve military development at some point if we are able to, as that would give us more manpower to play with. We can get naval tech, which I'm going to do, more naval morale, and of course the 20% extra trade efficiency because we're ahead of time. Zeeland and Ghent have both been cored. Start converting Zeeland. Antwerp cannot because it was converted by a centre of reformation. In fact, all three of those, most likely. Diplomatic insult, or we can... Ooh, yeah, this is a very good idea. This improves the relations with a whole bunch of nations, which we kind of need right now. We can repay another loan. Is that the last one? No, one more. Sweet. And we can lose Picardy opinion, which we could actually do because we've eased tensions with them twice. That's basically losing us one of them. We'll lose some diplo power. I'm going to lose that. That's fine. Utrecht is now cored. Good. Oh, and we can also... Aha! Aragon is at war with some natives. I'll join you. Just to keep you sweet. And we can get another naval advisor. I'm going for the morale of navies, I think. I don't really need the morale. Our morale's already going to be very high thanks to our naval tradition. So Normandy is ours, so Normandy has been done. I also need to switch these forts off. Because we don't have any rebellions due to fire and just don't need them. Actually, I can mothball all of you and you stay 0. I don't need any troops. I have no intention of contributing to this war whatsoever. Unless I could actually take some land, which I doubt. Ooh, who's that? Oh, that is literally a native. Okay. Oh, and Venetia's got... Interesting, Venetia's gone colonial. Never seen that before. Well, obviously Venice never does, because they're not in a very good position to do it. But because Venice actually has some provinces on this side of the of Italy, and probably some power in Genoa. Yeah. So they are in a very strong position to actually start being colonial. Huh. Welcome to the colonial race. So that's what, 4 nations now? Stormwind, Venetia, Aragon, and Aleccio. Oh, and the Netherlands, though the Netherlands are now gone. Brabant did indeed fall to Utrecht. We have lost our colonialism. CB, that's fine. Can we pay off that last loan? Yes, we are now debt-free. Fantastic. So we are now earning a fair amount of money. We have no loans to pay off. So what can we do with that money? Buildings. This is something we have been slacking on. But we do have cheap buildings now, thanks to getting that idea. So we can build a bunch of these temples, which will increase the amount of trade income we get. And that will, of course, compound with the fact that we have been increasing our tax base, so taxes in general will be giving us a lot more money. The alternative is to build universities. Universities are great. They don't actually take a building slot because you can see possible number of buildings plus one, so that basically negates it. And they make local development even cheaper. Development is definitely something I intend to do. We are now kind of ahead of the curve in technologies and the like, so yes, development would be nice. Except that we've lost the Burg. Oh no, we've got it back again. So I think yes, getting some universities in place wherever we can, basically, in the UK, maybe not in the Netherlands, except this doesn't count as distant overseas, does it? No, because it's close enough to our homelands. I think basically it's not distant overseas if it's within your supply ship reach. I think that rule keeps on changing, so I'm not entirely sure how that one works. I know for sure that if you're connected in the same sea zone, it's definitely not. But like if you're taking over North Africa, then very often you do have distant overseas, although I'm going to guess if you have Sicily, then control everything from there. It's not. I don't know. Okay, Aragon's pieced out one person. Good. Venetia is no longer a valid rival. Really? Huh. Well, Venetia seems to be in a pretty bad war. Suits me. Yeah, my Genoa game, so you're starting off with 2 provinces there and a couple in Crimea. I actually built an empire which went all the way around here. All the way down here, all of Saudi Arabia, and then kind of jumped over into India. And that was just so I didn't have any distant overseas stuff for all of my Middle Eastern holdings. And that basically meant I could seize trade here in India, send it through to the Gulf of Aden, which was mine, Gulf of Aden through Alexandria, which was mine, Alexandria to Genoa, which was also mine. I made a sickening amount of money through trade in that game. Plus that was a multiplayer game, and one of my cousins was playing as Portugal. He was shipping all the trade in from the New World, and while we were allies I didn't shift any trade, but he broke his alliance, and then I started shifting all the trade from Sevilla into Genoa as well. So I made an absolute killing, and I cost him a small fortune, I believe. Okay, Venetia, I cannot embargo you anymore. Oh, I can't break that embargo. Aragon, you're cool with me, so I'll stop raising relations with you. Friesland has been caught. Good. We can revoke our embargo. We will need a new rival, which we can't do while we're at war, which is fine. I'd kind of like to not have to get a third one. We have a free merchant. How long have we had a free merchant for? Huh. Oh, is that because we have colonial nation? No. We don't have any trade companies. When did I get him? And how? You start with 2. I get 1 for that. 3. I don't have trade ideas, so I'm not getting any from that. I don't have any Stormwind ideas for the merchants. So where's that 4th guy come from? Care Fireflow. Yeah, we're getting one from a colonial nation. Why? Oh, it's big enough so they give us free merchants. I did not know that. Huh. Okay, so that's one very, very potent reason to have colonies of at least 10 cities. So 10 provinces, basically what that means. Full provinces. So Fireflow is these guys? Yeah. So because this has grown enough, because of my heavy, heavy investment in it, we're getting free merchants. That's pretty sweet. So where should we put him? Bearing in mind we are trying to push money towards the English Channel, we could put him in here. We have 11% control. This is a land province, so any bonuses to caravans would be in our favour, and we do actually have it, or that will be next up. Alright, 2 ideas, then we get 25% more because of that. I think that would probably be the best idea. Picardy's already moving it forwards to us, and Aragon's moving it away. So yeah, we want to help counter Aragon's strength here. Aragon having 114 because they own those provinces, while Picardy is pushing a lot because they own these central French ones. So we will transfer trade power, McIntyre, and that should automatically tick there. There you go, 5.26 at the end of the month. That goes up to 6.9. So we're adding another 1 point something ducats to the English Channel just from having done that. Is there anything more efficient we could have done? Possibly in the Baltic. So we're pushing more money out of the Baltic into Lubeck, which would probably be worthwhile just because the Baltic is worth a lot of money. But we have no trade influence there right now, no trade power, so we would need to divert some of the ships, and then if we're diverting ships away from Lubeck, we're taking less money from Lubeck itself. So we'd basically be pushing money into Lubeck, the nation's hand, which I don't particularly want to do. So no, we just need more light ships here. Okay, buildings. I think we have enough for a library now, or a university even. Yes, we do. Where to build him, though? That is a good question. We probably want to take a look at this development and then check the cost. So Lothane might be, or we want to start at some of these higher end places where we already have a lot more development. Do we want to start at the bottom or at the top? Bottom, probably. Just make those even cheaper. Yeah, we'll build it in Lothane. Congratulations, Lothane, on having the first university in Stormwind. Marvellous. How's the colonies doing? How's the rebels doing? Dutch separatists. Because of Zeeland. We have another coalition member. It's unfortunate. Is there anything I can do to reduce Zeeland's? Oh, it's because you have a rebel, a missionary. As soon as these places convert, they become much happier. So it's currently Ghent and Zeeland contributing. Ghent is contributing because they're already being converted, and they are Flemish. Does that increase? Yes, it does, being the wrong culture type. Oh well. The only place I can go to is Normandy. That's totally fine. It will allow this to calm down a little. Though there's not much I can do to reduce that. Antwerp is now on 0, so it is only Ghent that is contributing. Is there anything I can do to reduce unrest here? I could move my army over here, I guess. Don't think I want to do that. Ferentis has been annexed. The unfortunate thing is this is all minor powers here, so Aragon's just growing stronger and stronger because they're just taking over the natives. Ooh, Anhalt is finally fully occupied their island. Well done. Autonomy in London. London, I think, is quite wealthy, and in fact it has a lot of trade power, so no, I don't want to do that. I'll happily lose the admin. Okay. And now that we have our development up again, we could invest in some more... Or should I wait for the university to be done? Probably. Okay, where's second in the development? Still done by cost, Lincolnshire, and then Ghent. But I'm probably not going to do Ghent at this point, so Normandy, no, not Normandy either. Lincolnshire and then Fife. Lincolnshire being there. Build me a university. Fife will be fairly soon. We are making money. We could and probably should start looking into getting some better advisors rather than just level 1s. So we can get a production efficiency instead of stability cost. That is completely irrelevant. We'll do it. Morale of navies. No, we need more money in the bank before we can do that. And the military guy is the other one we probably want. Fort defense is nice, so I might go for that. Again! Go away! Man, that colony just does not want to grow and finish. Do we have a free colonist? No. And now they've cut us off over here. Well, at least we have enough to kind of hold the ground over here. I think our main colony is going to be up here. Yeah, we have enough to at least launch ships, and then we can send ships to send trade elsewhere if we need to. We have gained 2 favours from Aragon for doing naval. You're welcome, Aragon. Anytime. Any time. So they are shifting 6 towards Suffy. That's fine. I wouldn't know how to intercept that anyway because I don't have any control over this area. We have converted Normandy. That was very quick. And we cannot convert anything else because everywhere else is either being converted or is too tough. You have zeal, you have zeal, you have zeal. So I can't do any of those. Why can't I convert this one? Ah, because there's a colony. It's a colony, it's not a province. So basically this colony will be in charge of converting that place, which I think is fine. Do these guys actually get a bonus? Missionaries. I have a feeling they do. Development cost, Republican. Whoa, they get Republican tradition? That's nice. Yeah, missionary strength +2. Idea cost. Colonial ideas are really nice, actually. I hadn't really checked them before. Cool. And they are still expanding. They are still building colonies. There's another guy doing that one. Because we only actually did these like 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they have expanded their colony by 3 provinces just on their own. Ah, that's something else I could do actually, is I could start giving money to the colonies as a subsidy. I think I might give them like 5 ducats each a month. Subsidy. For 10 years, I will give you 5 ducats a month. Okay. And I will do the same to you, because this does not cost a diplomat slot. It costs a diplomat, so he has to get there and back. Picardy has announced me as a rival. So this is one of the changes. There's an upcoming patch coming, which is due to land before the end of January. And if you have enough trust with a nation, I think it's over 50, then they cannot rival you anymore. That's just not allowed. Like, we are allied with Picardy. They have no reason to rival us because we have friendly terms. And yet that still happens. That's like one of those weird AI things. So we will lose that alliance. In fact, I'm kind of okay with Picardy rivaling us because I can do it back to them. I can now embargo them, so we're just going to start making even more money out of it. Picardy, rival, fine. Are you friends or allies or whatever with Picardy? You're just allied with Picardy, okay. So we could start laying claim to these northern French provinces, again, because that will allow us to control more of the trade. We have rivaled them. We can stop this. And then we can embargo them. Aragon broke. Oh, come on. Why? Aragon really likes us. 196 and we're friendly. They're going to immediately make that alliance again. Oh, no they're not. That's because we're allied to 2 other... Wait. Oh no, they're allied to one of... See, I can break that. I should break that alliance, not them. I'm not allied to any of their rivals. They're allied to mine. I wouldn't have broken that alliance because I'm quite happy with them being allied to my rivals. Ah, man. Yeah, well. So, who to get on my side instead? Pilsen, you're doing quite well. Except you're probably rivaled with Marienburg. Yep. Venetia. You are rivals with Aragon. Savoy. Do I want Venetia or Savoy on my side? You're outraged, but that's because of my aggressive expansion. I can burn that off easily enough. Savoy has already rivaled me, so Venetia would be an obvious ally. What about Yugoslavia? You guys are really, really strong, and we have, like, nothing in common. The only thing against it would be distance. You know what? Yugoslavia. How are you doing, buddy? You're my new best friend. So we are currently only allied with Marienburg. Another election. Yeah, we want military. Definitely. I think I need to invest in getting a bigger army. Oh wait, I need to do a subsidy for this colony too. Send subsidy, 10 years, 5 ducats. Go. That's just to help them grow. I mean, if we're giving them money, then they are literally getting extra money, which they can spend on more colonists, or more troops, or more ships, or more buildings. It just actually really, really helps colonies. If you've ever played as a custom nation, your AI overlord, it's like I was playing as, sorry, not custom nation, colonial nation. I let a game fast forward until Spain started their first colony, then I started playing as that colony. And it is really, really hard in the early years because you have no money, but Spain would often send me like 100, 200 ducats or give me subsidies, and it helped tremendously. So just seeing like how the AI handles that is really helpful as kind of a player. We have money, but I probably want to spend that on universities rather than giving it to them. My tariffs are still quite low because I haven't raised them manually. Fife was the next one. And then where? Let's see, development, Fife. Ooh, Lancashire gets it next, and then Cornwall. Lancashire, University of Lancaster. Haha! Perfect. Anyway, having just established the University of Lancaster, we are going to have to finish this episode. It is getting a bit long. Thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe. I think things are going to get interesting from here, considering the number of people we have rivaled against us and the number of allies we currently have, which is 1, plus our nations. So things are going to get interesting, I think. If this coalition fires, then it's going to be a very, very big war, and there's going to be lots of fighting involved. However, it might not happen because their aggressive expansion has now dropped low enough that they might start leaving. We'll see. Please do join me in the next episode and you will see if that happens. There you go, a bit of a cliffhanger. If you have any tips or advice, please do leave a comment. I'm very happy to read them, or just any questions or anything like that. I will try and get back to you. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.